Welcome everybody, how are you? In this video we'll complete critical numbers. We find critical numbers about the function. First we must find derivative of the function z equals this derivative equals 0 and find critical number about equation. Such that in this example we want to find critical number. We know f dash of x, we have two term multiplication about them, we can find the derivative. First write the first term here, multiply by derivative about second. Here will be e power negative 3x multiplied by derivative about this power will be negative 3, and then write plus. You can write the second here, e power negative 3x multiplied by derivative about the first will be 2x, and then set all this expression equal 0, and then we can write this expression negative 3x power 2 dot e power negative 3x plus 2x dot e power negative 3x equals 0, and then we can write e power negative 3x our side here, e power negative 3x, and the result will be here negative 3x power 2 plus 2x, all this expression equal 0, and here we can write e power negative 3x equals 0. It's impossible to find the result about critical number here, but in this expression we can find critical number by put x outside here, coefficient about two term, and the result will be negative 3x plus 2 equals 0. Then we have x equals 0 or negative 3x plus 2 equals 0, and then 3x equal negative 3x equal negative 2, and then divided by negative 3, so x will be 2 over 3. Then the critical number will be what? And x equals 0 or x equal 2 over 3. It's critical number about this function. Okay, now in this question we would find apps max and apps minimum about this function. F of x equal to x power 3 subtract 3x power 2 subtract 12x plus 1 on interval negative 2 and 3. First we want to find f dash of x and put this derivative equals 0 to find x, okay, critical number, and then complete f of negative 1 and f of 3 and f of critical number, and we must find apes max and apes minimum. Okay, the result will be here 6x power 2 subtract 6x subtract by 12. Set this expression equals 0, and we can find 6 outside here, x power 2 subtract x subtract by 2 equals 0. We can divide it by 6, so x power 2 subtract x subtract by 2 equal 0, and then we can factorize this expression. The result will be x multiplied by x and 1 multiplied 2 equal 2, and subtract between them with negative 1, write negative here and positive. So critical number will be negative 1 will be negative 1 or x equal 2, so we must find f of negative 1 and f of 2 because negative 1 and 2 lies is in this interval, so we must find f of negative 1 from this function and f of 2, and find f of negative 2, and f of 3 about this function. Okay, put negative 1 here, 2 multiply negative 1 power 3 subtract 3 subtract 12, it will be positive because we must write here negative, so we can solve it here. The result will be negative 2 negative 3 plus 12 plus 1, so the result will be 8 because negative 2 minus 3 negative 5, 12 minus 5 7, 7 plus 1 equal 8, and f of 2 we can write 2 here, 2 multiply 2 power 3, 2 power 3 equal 8, 2 times 8 equals 16, subtract 3 multiply 4 equal 12, subtract 12 times 2 equal 24 plus 1, 16 subtract 12 equal 4, 4 subtract 24 equal negative 20, negative 20 plus 1 equal negative 19. And what about negative 2? We can find the result about here 2 and negative 2. Okay, negative 2 here. The result will be, can write it here, 2 multiplied by here negative 2 power 3 equal negative 8 times 2 equal negative 16 times 3 times 4 equal 12, negative times negative equal positive, positive 24 plus 1, negative 16, negative 12, cancel this, it will be 12 plus 1 equal 13, negative 16 plus 12, negative 16 plus 12, 12 subtract 16 equal negative 4, okay, equal negative 16 plus 13, it's already 13 here, it will be negative 3. And what about f of 3? Write 3 here, 2 multiply 3 power 3, 2 multiply 27, because 3 power 3 equal 27, 2 times 27 equal 45, 54, 54. 2 multiply again, 2 multiply 25, 25 times 20 times 2 equal 54. Okay, okay. Subtract 3 multiply 3 power 2 equal 9, 3 times 9 equal 27. And here 3 times 12 equals 36 plus 1. 54 subtract by 27 subtract by 36 plus 1. The result will be what? We know the result will be negative 8. Okay, the result will be negative 8 about f of 3. So ABS max will be what? 8. It's ABS minimum or a maximum here, and the minimum will be negative 19. So we can write ABS max will be what? F of negative 1 equal 8, and ABC minimum f of negative 1 equal 8 is maximum, and minimum f of 2 equal negative 90. Okay, so to find ABS max or ABS minimum, maximum and the minimum, we find f dash of this function and equal, get this f dash equals 0, and then factorize expression to find the critical number equal negative 1 and 2, and negative 1 and 2 belonging to the interval here, negative 2 and 3. Then you can find f of negative 2, f of 3, f of negative 1, f of 2. The result will be here. Can you see this? The critical number. And then we can find ABS max. Max here equal 8. The value equal 8. ABS minimum. The value equal negative 19. When x equal negative 1. So ABS maximum, the value of ABS max equal 8, ABS minimum equal 19 when x equal 2.